Hi, welcome to episode 30 of the Stress Knits podcast. I'm Stacy, also known as Stacy Elstone on Instagram and Stress Knits on Ravelry. So it's only been a week, maybe just over. So I'm really excited that I get to record today. Today is Wednesday, September 29th, I think. So I worked an early shift today at Starbucks and not working at Barnes & Noble, so I'm able to record today. It's a really gross, rainy, chilly day outside, which I love. I finally get to wear the other 90% of my wardrobe, so that's exciting. So I'm in normal fall clothes for myself, including leggings because I'm super cozy, some hand-knit socks. These are, I did them this year. These are my Woolen Vine and her Blitzed base in the Gashly Crumb colorway. I love them. And then this hat is just a basic beanie. I think it's modeled after the Pearl Soho basic beanie, which is a free pattern. You can look it up on Ravelry and it will take you to the Pearl Soho website where the pattern is. And I knit it out of Knit Picks Wool of the Andes. I want to say it's in Wasabi, could be wrong. But anyway, it's officially fall, so that's really exciting. I turned the heat on when I got to Doug's because it was like 63 degrees in here. It was really cold. So I'm just going to bring up the temperature a little bit and then turn it off probably after this podcast, after I record. So I don't have a lot of knitting to show you, but I have some. Drinking my handy dandy pumpkin spice iced coffee. It's delicious. One thing I wanted to mention, the Just Knit It Cal that I'm hosting, we are going to extend the date because I am just all over the place. I don't know when I'm going to be able to record next. And you know what? I just feel like it's a really fun thing to just knit stuff that you've always wanted to knit, try new techniques, encourage each other. So we're just going to extend it until the end of the year, and I will pull winners after I get married. So now until like January 14th-ish. It's a very loose date. It's just a chatter thread. I've been looking through my stash and finding some things. I'm going to contact some of my favorite makers to see if they would like to donate prizes. If you are a bag maker, fiber artist, stitch marker maker, and you want to donate a prize to this cal, just message me on Ravelry preferably, and we'll figure something out. So yeah, just knit everything that you want, with a yarn that you've always wanted to use, a technique you've always wanted to try. Just do it. A pattern you've always been a little afraid of. Just knit it, and we'll be there for support. So, moving on to the episode, because we're almost 4 minutes in, I have one finished object, and that is my sockhead hat. So this looks really tiny as far as length goes, because I do like a slouchier beanie. I don't know what state my hair is going to be in, so we'll see what happens. I took a shower and blow dried my hair and then immediately put a hat on, so I have like my little crease going on. So I haven't blocked it yet. But yeah, it's a little slouchy. It'll get slouchier when I block it. And yeah, I love it. The yarn is Brooklyn Tweed Loft in the, what is it? The Long John's colorway. So there we go. Okay, so I am really happy with this. Yeah, so when I block it, it'll bloom, so it'll get a little wider and a little longer, because this is about the same length I knit one that I gifted or gave as a gift, And yeah, I loved it. So that is done. This was for the Hey Sister podcast, their hat knit along. I need to take pictures of it today and post it in the finished object thread because I love it. I just thought I forgot something. I didn't. Okay. Anyways, so finished object. Feels like it's been forever since I've actually finished something because I haven't had much knitting time lately, so I was really excited to finish that. Okay. Next, I'll show you something you've seen before. So, oh, this is a new acquisition. So I have been in love with Carry a Freckled Whimsy bags basically since I started knitting and learning about project bags. I always thought they were kind of pointless and I don't want to say waste of money, but like I could have been buying yarn with that money kind of thing. So I bought a fat squirrel bag and then I never really bought another project bag, but this, I had to have it because one, it has elephants on it and they're adorable. And two, I've always wanted a bag from Carrie, a Freckled Whimsy. So I treated myself in her little tag. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of dark because it's gross outside. And all I have on is a lamp. So inside this, you will find sock number 2 of my Sweet Disposition socks. So this is a colorway I dyed. It's Stress Knits yarns on my what is it? Sparkle sock. Yeah, so it just reminds me of the song Sweet Disposition by the Temper Trap, which is one of my favorite songs in the entire world. Yeah, and I love it. So I'm on sock number 2. I'm about an inch and a half away from starting the heel. I do a heel flap and gusset. This is just my basic vanilla sock. I really love the way that this is knitting up the dark, I guess it's almost like a deep rose color. And then there are also these, I don't know if that's going to show up, but like these speckles of blue and yellow, and I love the sock so much. So that's making slow progress compared to my old sock knitting ways when I was in college. I kind of miss having all the class time to knit, but oh well. And then behind me is my Cozy Memories blanket. I've put a few squares on it. Let's see. Okay, so I think, I don't remember, but I finished, I don't remember if I told you about this one, but I finished one row. So this is Wool and Vine yarn Dirty on Purpose in the Blitz space, I think. Yeah, it has Stelina in it. It's Dirty on Purpose by Wool and Vine. And then this is After the Storm on the Round and Venus Flytrap, Wool and Vine yarns in the Volca base. So made a few squares on this bad boy. I cannot wait for this thing to be done and to cuddle up underneath it. It's gonna be so much fun. I love it. I need to weave in some ends though. So there is that. Let's move on into stash enhancement. So this is probably kind of obnoxious. I know I've showed you at least one of these before, but yeah, so we'll see what happens. So start with my Wool and Vine haul. So you guys remember when I got skein of Wool and Vine in her Jilted Rose? I think I showed this last time with Outlander. So I already had this. And then I caught an update, and I think these were on the way when I podcasted last. So I caught an update and purchased a skein of Dirty on Purpose and Succulents because I wanted this for an exploration station, and I thought these two would go really well together in A Party on My Needles by Joji Locatelli. So like there are those. So I had these 3. So I loved all 3 of these together, and I was like, I think I might want to make a Volan Vine exploration station. So while I was at work one night, I asked Doug to catch an update that I wasn't going to be able to catch, and he snagged me a skein of Venus Fly Trap on Volca. So this might be my exploration station. I'm not sure yet, so I'm gonna think on this for a little bit, get some of my holiday knitting and my Christmas knitting and my wedding knitting, because that's kind of important, out of the way. Speaking of wedding, you guys, I get married in 100 days. I'm so excited. Yeah, so just thought I'd put that out there. It's 100 days until January 7th. I'm so ready. Okay, so exploration station. I'm thinking yes. Yes. The more I look at them together, the more I love it. I know for sure I want these in an exploration station, very much stolen from, or inspired by, let's go with that, inspired by Jacqueline of the Brooklyn Knit Folk podcast, because she has these 2 in her exploration station. So at least these 2, but I really think all 4 of them just wrapped around my neck would be so nice. And I think I'm going to arrange it in a way that either these 2 are the brioche section or these 2 are the brioche section. So we'll see what happens. Oh, you guys, I'm not done with works in progress. So there's part 1 of Stash Enhancement. Rewind to works in progress, and I started another socket hat. I dyed up a skein for myself of my Aeroplane Over the Sea colorway, which is inspired by the Neutral Milk Hotel, the cover of Aeroplane Over the Sea. So here's what it looks like in the cake. Super pretty. I'm really proud of this colorway. It's a little more vibrant in person, but the lighting sucks today. So I started a socket hat, and I love it. I've never had a socket hat out of yarn that was variegated or speckled, so I'm really excited with how this is turning out. So I did about 30, I think it was 30 rounds of 2x2 ribbing, and I'm about 1.5 inches, 2 inches into the stockinette. So I really love this. I think it's going to be a fun hat to wear because I wear hats all the time in the fall and the winter. So yeah, there's another socket hat on the needles. It's one of those things. Oh, these are knit on size 2 Hiya sharps, which I am really liking these days. Maybe just for this project, I don't know. I went on a huge rant back a few months ago about how much I hated Hiya sharps, but I don't mind them for this project. So there's that. Back to Stash Enhancement. A wonderful friend of mine who is also a knitter, who I've met through knitting and podcasts and all that stuff, Caroline, she's from the UK, and her and I are very similar, and I'm sad that we don't live closer. I feel like we would be the best of friends. But she sent me a little care package to congratulate me on finding jobs with really great companies. It was just the sweetest thing ever. She did not have to do that, and I was just like, I cried because it was just the sweetest thing ever. So there was a few goodies in there, and by a few I mean many. But she sent me a skein of yarn, and this is a yarn I've always wanted to try, and it's Nora George yarn. and this is in the Honeydukes colorway, and it's on an 80/20 base, which she knows is my favorite. So there's the information. And here is the skein. I'm gonna open it up though because there are just these gorgeous speckles that happen. This section. It's so pretty. I am so excited to use this. It's gonna be a pair of socks because I love making socks out of 80/20. Yeah, so I love it so much, and she's the sweetest. So yeah, there is that. And then I finally just kind of, I don't know, gave in to an impulse buy. This is On the Round. I've been wanting to try her yarn for a while. This is her signature sock yarn, Superwash Merino Nylon. It is a 80/20. It's a very different 80/20 than I'm used to using. It is a much looser ply, and it's also pretty lofty. I love it. I'm very curious about how some socks will knit out of this. And this is the After the Storm colorway. Here's all the information. And here is the yarn. So I'm gonna open this one up too because you'll get the full effect. So it is just this speckled gorgeousness in the cream section. I think this part, the blues, is my favorite. Then it has these gorgeous dark, like some navy, some gray, some black, some really purpley kind of black, which I really love. So yeah, I really love it. I think it's gonna pool in a really, really cool way. I'm not the biggest fan of pooling unless it's like this. So I've seen some gorgeous socks knit out of this on Ravelry, so I'm really excited to cake this up and cast on a pair of socks. And you know what? I've been watching a lot of Love Sock Wool, Sarah, and she just knits all the socks that she wants, and you know, I'm a little inspired by her too. So I think that might have to happen soon. I just don't have enough time to knit right now, and it's kind of sad. Okay, so I have one more stash enhancement right now. So I was searching a D-stash like you do, and I have a few bucket list yarns, and I've talked about these towards the beginning of my podcast, one of the first episodes. And there are just some colorways, some yarns that I'm in love with and are really hard to find. And so like stuff like Life in the Long Grass and the Rose Hip colorway, Hedgehog Fiber sock and Soda Pop, stuff like that. Mustache was on there for a while, but some people sent me some mustache that was wonderful. But I found a skein of some bucket list yarn on D-Stash, and I believe this is from Hedgehog Sock Club in like 2012. So obviously there aren't many, and it's a long time ago. You guys, it's Soda Pop. This is my number one yarn, and Hello Nitty Kate from the Stitch Addiction podcast, which is one of my favorites, sent me a mini of this because she knew that I wanted it, and she messaged me, and she was amazing. I love her, and she's actually the reason why I wanted this skein. I saw her knit a pair of socks on the podcast, and I fell in love with the color, and I found it on a D-Stash, and it was just I was so excited. So here it is. Unfortunately, it's really hard to find. It took me 2.5 years of constantly searching for it to grab it. So Soda Pop, upside down, Hedgehog Fiber sock yarn. It's their old base, so it's the super soft. I love it so much. Oh, I'm in love. It's so pretty. So this is going to be a very, very special pair of socks. It has to be socks. I thought a little bit about putting it into a shawl, but I would never wear it. I don't think I would wear it as a hat either. It's a little too crazy for me, but it's just so gorgeous that when you look for something for so long and you find it, it's just so exciting. So, yeah, that's the perfect way to end stash enhancement. I love it so much. And then, let's move on into shop update, because I'm having a shop update. I haven't exactly figured out what time it's going to be, but it's going to be this Saturday, October, what is that? Is that October 1st? I don't know. It'll be on Instagram and in the show notes, which will be found on Ravelry, and the links will be in the down bar. And I've got some yarn over here, you guys. So, yeah. So let's just dive into some of the stuff that I will be having. I'm not going to show you all of it, but we're going to have some, well, let's do some oldie but goodie colorways. So I have a skein of Airplane Over the Sea on Favorite Sock. I have Nemo Touched the Butt on Glitz Sock. Not Glitz Sock. I'm not Kristen Volenvine. On Sparkle Sock. Nemo Touched the Butt. I feel like I had another one. Maybe not. I really felt like I dyed another one of those. I don't know. I might have another one, but I can't find it right now. So we'll see what happens. Are any of these other ones colorways you've seen? I basically did a, I kind of did Killjoy, but it went a little differently than I planned. So it has a lot more teal in it. So this is a Killjoy Misfit. This is on Favorite Sock. Then I think this is the same dye lot. Yeah, so I have one on Glitz Sock as well. I actually really love this. And then there's some like really fun pops of like this beautiful pink in there. Super, super pretty. So I have those. And then we get into, well, I guess you've seen this because I've knit a pair of socks out of it. So I have two skeins of Sweet Disposition on, they're both on Glitz Sock. So I have those. Really pretty. I love that color. Alright, so some new stuff. So I will show you some like improv-y, impulsive dyes. This is one of them. I have no idea what it's going to be called yet, but it's this really pretty muted pink, and it has blips of grayed out purple and blue and some yellow. It's a little more pink than this is Sweet Disposition, and this is the One of a Kind, to give you an idea. So there's that. What else is there? This, I'm trying to get my blue down, and this might be it. I really love it. I think I'm going to call this November Blue after my favorite Avett Brothers song. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Doug skeined some of these up, and they're kind of messy, but that's okay. He's sweet. This is an Experiment in Blue on my Sparkle Sock. There's some hints of yellow in there. I think it's super pretty. I have no idea what this one's going to be called. It's very similar to I Tried Surfing Once, though, so if you liked that colorway, that was a one of a kind. This is very, very similar. It has navy and yellow and blue. There's that one. This is Trembling Hands on Favorite Sock. I guess I will show you all of these. This is a yellow tonal. It has some dark pink rosy spots on it. I have no idea what this is going to be called. I have, I had a name for this one. It's a very just pretty pink color I love on my sparkle sock. And then I have fall rainbow on sparkle sock. I think this is super, super pretty. As you guys know, I don't really like true rainbow things, so this is just kind of my rainbow right here. And then I have no idea what this color is going to be called, but it will be a regular because I'm obsessed with it. This is on sparkle sock. I think this is going to be called Each Coming Night. Yeah. I love this so much. Oh, I'll show you all of it because it just came unscanned. So, it's gorgeous. It has like some deep reds and grays and pinks, and I love it. Just gonna do this. And then a colorway that I'm super excited about, I kind of hinted at it on Instagram while I was in the dye pot. That is a really bad skating job. But I dyed a colorway that I'm really, really excited about. So this is very out of my comfort zone, colors that I would really like to knit with, but I really, really love the way it came out. So this is If Autumn Were an Extrovert, because when I think of autumn or fall, I think of very like quiet, subdued, serene, just very introverted kind of season. So if autumn were an extrovert, I think it'd be these colors. So it's just these really, really beautiful pops of like this golden yellow. There's some neon purpley pinks. I think this color is perfect. So I have 3 of those. I have 2 on favorite sock and 1 on sparkle sock. There are those. So that's all that I'll have in the shop this Saturday. I want to say it's going to be at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully you can make it. If you can't make that time, check the shop. There's still 1 skein left from my last update from a few weeks ago. Hopefully the photography is going to get better. Doug and I are still trying to figure out studio photography. It's not really our niche. So trying to figure that out, trying to make them as color accurate as possible. And yeah, so I hope to see you guys on Saturday. And it was so nice to be able to catch up with you, but I'm going to get this uploaded before I have a FaceTime date with one of my best friends who's killing it in Chicago right now. So I will talk to you guys the next time that I can, and until then,